Good evening. I'd like to call the business meeting of the Florence City Council to order. If you please stand. We pray
for the wisdom to make decisions that are beneficial to the people represented here. Empower us to speak honestly, reflect wisely, and vote with integrity. We seek your guidance tonight.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Wingo? Here. Ms. Chambers? Here. Mr. Wynn?
Here.
Ms. Whalen?
Here.
Mr. Snyder?
Here.
Ms. Cable?
Here.
Mayor, we have a quorum.
I'd like for you to entertain approval of the minutes of the business meeting, February 25th, 2025. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Ms. Whalen, second by Mr. Wynn. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have second reading. It will sound a little redundant as I'm reading this, but I'll read the ordinance summary as well as the title. It's ordinance 05-2025. It's an ordinance adopting and approving one, a zoning map amendment from suburban residential 1, SR1, and office 2 to commercial services 3 for an approximate 1.56 acre lot located at 8109 to 8113 US 42, Florence, Kentucky. 2, a change of concept development plan for an approximate 0.3 acre portion of the approximate 1.56 acre lot located at 8109 to 8113 US 42, Florence, Kentucky. And 3, a variance reducing the buffer yard width along the easternmost boundary line from 10 feet to 3 feet to allow for the development of a 510 square foot drive-through only coffee shop and a 280 square foot remote storage cooler accessory structure. It says Brew Team Kentucky LLC. The effect of this ordinance is to allow 1, a zoning map amendment from SR1 to O2 to C3 for an approximate 1.56 acre lot located at 8109 to 8113 US 42. 2, a change of concept development plan for a 0.3 acre portion of the approximate 1.5 acre lot located at 8109 to 8113 US 42. And 3, a variance reducing the buffer yard width along the easternmost boundary from 10 feet to 3 feet to allow for the development of a 510 square foot drive-through only coffee shop and a 280 square foot remote storage cooler accessory structure. The full text of ordinance 05-2025 is available for examination in the office of the city clerk at the City of Florence, Kentucky, 8100 Ewing Boulevard during normal office hours. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Ms. Wingo? Second, Mr. Wynn. Is there any discussion? This is a second reading. We did discuss this at the Planning and Zoning Committee, also had discussion, and we had a first reading. So anything else? If not, roll call vote, please.
Ms. Wingo?
Yes.
Ms. Chambers?
No.
Mr. Wynn?
Yes.
Ms. Whalen?
Yes.
Mr. Snyder?
Yes.
Ms. Cable?
No.
Mayor, motion passes 4-2.
Next, we do have a second reading. Again, this will be a reading summary as well as the title. A little redundant. It's ordinance 06-2025. It's an ordinance adopting and approving a change of concept development plan and a commercial services plan development C3 PD district for an approximate 0.88 acre area located at 45 Cavalier Boulevard, Florence, Kentucky, to allow the existing building to be used for life learning skills, daycare, medical, office, and other associated uses. This is the Connection Skills for Life Incorporated. The effect of this ordinance is to allow change of concept development plan in a C3 PD district for an approximate 0.88 acre area located at 45 Cavalier Boulevard to allow the existing building to be used for life learning skills, daycare, medical, office, and other associated uses. The full text of ordinance 06-2025 is available for examination in the office of the city clerk, City of Florence, Kentucky, 8100 Ewing Boulevard during normal office hours. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Ms. Wingo?
Second.
Second, Ms. Whalen. Any discussion? Similar as the last request? All right. Roll call vote, please.
Ms. Wingo?
Yes.
Ms. Chambers?
Yes.
Mr. Wynn? Ms. Whalen?
Yes.
Mr. Schneider?
Yes.
Ms. Cable?
Yes.
Mayor, motion passes 6-0.
Next is ordinance 07, 2025. It's an ordinance adopting and approving a change of concept development plan in Office 2, Commercial 2, Plan Development, Houston-Donaldson Study Corridor Overlay, O2C2 PD HDO District for an approximate 0.16 acre portion of the approximate 22.48 acre lot located at 4990 Houston Road, Florence, Kentucky, to allow for the expansion of electrical vehicle charging stations. This is the Meyer project. The effect of this ordinance is to allow a change of concept development plan in an O2C2 PD HDO district for an approximate 0.16 acre portion of the approximate 22.48 acre lot located at 4990 Houston Road, Florence, to allow for the expansion of electrical vehicle charging stations. The full text of ordinance 07, 2025, including its exhibits, is available in the office of the city clerk of the city of Florence, Kentucky, 8100 Ewing Boulevard during regular office hours. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Mr. Wynn?
Second.
Second, Mr. Schneider. Any discussion? And this was another request that was looked at by the Planning and Zoning Committee, had discussion and had first reading. This is a second reading, so seeing no further discussion, roll call vote, please.
Ms. Wingo?
Yes.
Ms. Chambers?
Yes.
Mr. Wynn?
Yes.
Ms. Whalen?
Yes.
Mr. Schneider?
Yes.
Ms. Cable?
Yes.
Mayor, motion passes 6-0.
For the mayor's report, just want to update you all that our citywide St. Patrick's Day scavenger hunt is happening currently, and we are getting a lot of participation. Throughout the city, there are 9 Irish symbols hidden. You want to capture your journey by taking photos at each stop and emailing the photos to scavenger.hunt@florence-ky.gov. That's Florence, I cannot talk today, florence-ky.gov. Participants that send all 9 will receive a prize. It's a pot of gold. The first clue is go where they stand, the leaders who guide this bustling land. Outdoors where the mayor's steps are known, the symbol you seek is there clearly shown. The Florence Police Department will hold their Citizens Police Academy from March 26th through May 14th. It's an 8-week class. It will be held on Wednesdays from 6:30 to 9 p.m. The application is available on the City of Florence website. Contact the Florence Police Department at 859-647-5420 for more information. Applications are now open for the second annual Florence Public Works Academy. It's a 7-week hands-on training program running from June 9th to July 25th, designed to provide valuable skills and certifications in public works. Participants will gain experience in concrete work, storm sewer installation, landscaping, emergency vehicle maintenance, and more, with flexible scheduling options available. Application is available on the city's website, and you can contact the Public Services Department at 859-647-5416 for more information. We will host our Youth in Government Evening Program on Tuesday, March 25th from 4:30 to 6. The event is open to the public and is an open house format, be held in the lower level community rooms. Attendees can arrive anytime after 4:30 p.m. and are invited to attend the council meeting at 6 p.m. There will be demonstrations from the Florence Police Department, Fire EMS Department, and Public Services Department. As part of our Youth in Government program, local schools will also be visiting the Government Center for field trips March 25th, 26th, and 27th. Invite everyone to join me for coffee with the mayor on Friday, March 28th from 8 to 9:30 for informal conversation over free coffee and light snacks. It's a great opportunity to ask questions, share ideas, and stay connected with what's happening in our city. Florence Aquatic Center I cannot talk today. Florence Aquatic Center memberships go on sale starting April 1st for a special preseason discount. Keep an eye on our social media and website for pricing details and more information coming next week. The Florence Police Department will hold our annual Easter egg hunt on Saturday, April 12th at Thomas More Stadium, home of the Florence Y'alls. The fun will kick off at 10 a.m. with games, music, local vendors, and free photos with the Easter Bunny. For more information, you can contact our Community Services Coordinator, Tina Benjamin, at 859-647-5425. The City of Florence is gearing up for the Great American Cleanup on Saturday, April 26th from 9 to 12. We invite volunteers of all ages to join us in making our community cleaner and greener. Volunteers will meet at Ewing Boulevard, receive supplies, and be transported to cleanup sites with a free lunch provided at 11:45. Sign up today on the city's website or email volunteer@florence-ky.gov. And finally, with spring around the corner, it is a perfect time to start capturing the beauty of Florence. Mark your calendars for our citywide photo contest running May 1st through the 15th. Stay tuned for more details. Is there anyone on council who desires recognition? Ms. Chambers?
I just wanted to take a moment and thank Mr. Hall for his work to get the lights on at the skate park. I've heard a lot of gratitude from the skaters. I've stopped out there at night, and even on a cold evening, there were still people enjoying the lights. Thank you.
Thank you, Leslie. Anyone else? Any department heads? Anyone in the audience desire recognition? Come to the podium, please. Please state your name.
My name's Zeb. I live on Tamarack. This is my first time talking to any sort of city council, so thank you for that. And I especially wanted to thank the entire city, the council, everyone for having the YouTube streams, because for me, that's the best way to watch and actually be engaged in the community, see what's going on. Watching those, I've watched every single one of them since they started about 6 months to a year ago, and actually seeing the TID is what kind of brought me in to kind of, give my perspective and see what's going on, specifically with the TID. That's something I've been interested in, like transportation and why cities do the things that they do, the reason why they choose everything. And I was a little bit dissatisfied with the process, specifically because I didn't feel like there was a way for me to give my voice in any way, specifically because with the agenda being only posted a day before, it's a little bit hard to tell what's going to happen until the day before. Even for this meeting, for example, I checked Monday morning for the agenda for today, and it wasn't there listed on the website. That might have been done at Monday night, might have been done Tuesday morning, I'm not sure. Just the time frame was a little bit slow for me to know what's going on. Specifically for the TID, it didn't feel like I had the ability to give my voice and give my opinion, specifically because there is only the 2 readings. The first reading is whenever it's first introduced, so me watching the streams, I can see, oh, hey, this is happening, I should give my feedback. I come to the second reading has occurred, and then the vote happens like this one did. So I don't know if there's some way for us to see the ordinances and what's going on before the agenda to have that more than 24-hour time frame to kind of see what's going on. But that's kind of what I was looking for, is to more at least have a reasoning or discussion, or start that idea of having a little bit more ability for the feedback, or for feedback from the community for things like that. I'm glad that it passed, but I wanted to kind of get some understanding as to why people voted the way they did or what they thought. I even reached out to Eric Hall via email to ask him kind of about it and what the deal was with it, what it was, and he responded immediately and gave me feedback. Some of the city council members I emailed asking why they voted the way they did, and they gave me great feedback, met with me about it, but I didn't feel like I could speak to the council at once about it before making a vote, before making that decision. So I just kind of wanted to give that feedback in terms of those things, that specifically the agenda being only the day before the vote, only 2 readings with no real separation between, so there's no real chance to give feedback because you don't give any sort of public comment till the end of the meeting. I hope that makes sense. If there's any sort of comments, I know I did also look through like some of the KRS statute regarding city councils and stuff, just trying to see if there was a reason why for any of this.
Yeah.
So if there is any sort of reason why, it'd be great to hear that too. But those are some of my comments. So I don't know.
Yeah, we are required to do 2 readings, so.
Yes, I know it was it
Yeah.
requires 2 readings, but it doesn't
Yeah.
state anything in terms of immediately following each other or any sort of time frame with that. That's kind of my idea there, giving some ability for that feedback.
So I do believe the process, just I'm a little fuzzy on the timeline, but we did do this, a discussion at a meeting first with no action.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was another week where we had a reading, then there was another week where we didn't do any action, and then another week that we had second reading, if I'm not correct.
Is that the case for
So
the
that was
TID?
really almost a whole month.
Yeah.
And we really encourage people, and I think you did a great job by coming here. Thank you so much for doing that. And then reaching out, you talked about reaching out to Eric and him responding. That's really the best way, is reach out to staff, reach out to council. Meetings are not as frequent. A lot of cities only hold one meeting a month, so meetings are not always the best route. Absolutely, reach out. There's multiple avenues. We do have a report of concern section of our website. Those are addressed usually within 24 hours unless it's the weekend. Those are great avenues. Reaching it, you can phone call to the office, email, absolutely, definitely use every avenue if you feel like you need to do that. But in this particular case, it was about a month-long process.
I know
in
during
which- in
some of
which-
those were caucus meetings, so that's why it's really, for me, just learning about a lot of this, it's confusing as to which ones you can comment on, which ones you can't, so, but yeah.
Usually, unless we're going into closed session, will ask at any meeting
Okay.
that people attend, so.
Yeah. So,
It's important. It's important that we hear from our residents. Absolutely. We appreciate the feedback. Thank you.
Mayor, Zeb, and just so you're aware, even if we would be in a situation that she wouldn't actually ask, it doesn't normally happen, but occasionally it would. You can always, if you're at the meeting, you can always stop us at the end of the meeting and ask questions of us. Most of us are here for a few minutes extra, and we're happy to answer any questions that you might have.
okay.
Okay?
May I ask you what your thoughts are on the TID, since you found that interesting and you did reach out?
I'm a big proponent of doing any sort of infrastructure changes as much as possible. One of the reasons why I believe that the TID is really necessary is specifically to get funding from the state, as that's a big portion as to why it needs to exist. And so from that point of view, I'm a big proponent, but that's what I wanted to see why, for example, there were no votes, or what the thoughts were in terms of us being the first one, stuff like that. So it was just trying to get the understanding of why not, what's going on there. So
That certainly is a complicated issue, and we did have a very long discussion at a caucus meeting where they did come in and talk about the pros and the cons of what it is. I think there's a lot of misconceptions about what it is, so you being able to reach out and get clarification hopefully was helpful to you. Comments from people about their taxes going up because of a TID existing. And the fact of the matter is that money is in the transportation budget in Frankfurt, part of the state transportation, and it's just a matter of where they distribute it. So there's no implication on city taxes whatsoever. It's just an opportunity to say, we've got the need, state, can you help us with your state routes and help us get things done? So I appreciate the fact that you're interested in it, that you reached out, that you got the answers that helped you better understand it.
yeah, and that was the idea, is trying to figure out why you might vote no to it and what reasoning and everything. So seeing if there was some downsides, but yep,
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
yep, thank you.
Anyone else? All right, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Ms. Whalen?
Second?
Second by Ms. Wingo. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.